Hello beaders, welcome to Beachside Bead Boutique. My name is Jerry. Today I am super excited because I have curated bead box here for the month of March. So we are going to open this up and see what's in here. And look at what we have. Wild Orchid. I mean, I am so excited. I love purple and blue and pink. I mean, beautiful flower theme. I mean, it looks beautiful. So I am just really excited to open this up and then also stick around to see what I design from the contents of this box. This is Curated Bead Box for the month of March 2026. Okay. Oops. Ooh. I like what I see already. And oh, yes. Oh, wow. So pretty. Okay, let me go ahead and get this all organized and I will be right back. Okay, beaders, let's go ahead and get started with this reveal. First, we have 12 millimeter purple glass pearl bead, 8-inch string. So we have some really pretty, nice and large purple pearls. And I really love larger beads. This is a really pretty purple. And we do have a nice size hole as well. Very pretty. Next, we have 10 millimeter blue gray duo style glass bead, 6-inch string. And this one is very pretty. We have crackle glass, but it's very pretty, like a sky blue with the hints of gray throughout. Almost looks brown to me, like a beige brown kind of color, not so much gray. I mean, I guess in certain ones it's more gray than others, but very pretty though. I really like the color of this. Next, we have 10 millimeter dusty pink gray duo style glass bead, 6-inch string. And again, another very pretty bead. We have gray and almost like a lilac color and pink. Yes, dusty pink. But like I said, almost lilac. Really like these. And again, we do have a nice size hole. Very pretty. And this all looks really pretty together. Okay, next we have 10 millimeter dark purple crackle glass bead, 8-inch string. So we have some really pretty crackle glass purple. And this is like a pinky purple. I mean, compared to this purple. Very pretty. Love the color. And it looks super pretty with these beads here. Next we have 8 millimeter red marble style glass bead, 16-inch string. So we have some very pretty red marble style beads, and then it has this really pretty swirls of black in there. Really nice. It's like a pinky red. So it's not extremely red. It does have a little pink hue to it. And it's a very nice long strand. Very pretty color. And again, looks very pretty with these beads here. Next, we have 8mm Jasper style glass bead, 16-inch string. So we have these that are black and white swirl, very pretty. And I know I've seen these before in one of their boxes, but a very pretty color, very long. I don't know if it really fits with Wild Orchid. I mean, but it's here, so, you know, we could find a use for it. Next, we have 8mm Crimson Marble Style Glass Bead, 16-inch string. And this one is very pretty. That color is really gorgeous. And again, we have the swirls of the black throughout. And again, we have a nice long strand. Very pretty. I mean, these two right here look really pretty together. I mean, we'll add a little bit of blue. Yeah, so that looks really nice. I really like these beads. I think they are very pretty. Okay, and then next we have approximate 1 ounce Wild Orchid Designer Glass Bead Mix. So I always like their glass bead mix. It's always a nice mix of different beads, and this one is not as nice as it normally is. It's kind of dull. I mean, I like brighter colors and stuff, so it's not as exciting as it usually is. I mean, because these beads here, see, we have this one, which actually just looks like, you know, one of these from the strand. And we have several of those in here. And then we have a, oh, what do you call these? This shape here. That's nice. And then we have several others in here, but all basically just the same, you know, just different bead mix throughout. But again, not as exciting as it usually is. I don't know, to me, in my opinion. Next, we have 14mm silver dot Druzzy style glass bead, 6 beads. And I know I've seen these before. And I believe that was from December or January. So it wasn't that long ago. But very pretty. We have, you know, the shimmers and the different colors that it's being picked up. And it has a very nice large hole. This is the hole right there. So very nice. And then we have 10mm triangle silver metal spacer beads, 8 beads. And I've not seen these before that I recall, so that's good. And we have just some little spacers. And then next we have 68mm flower silver metal pendant. And this is new. No, it's not new. That's the next item. So we have a very nice silver flower pendant. It's pretty. I like that. I like the shape of it. It's very cute. Kind of like a 50s or 60s vibe with the shape of it. Might have to do something with this. But I like that. That's cute. And then next we have 90 by 70mm pillow gift boxes. 3 boxes. So this is new. We had gold color in the last box for February. So a nice little gift here. And then also we have our findings kit in silver this time. And then the findings kit contains memory wire, beading wire, stretch cord, crimp tubes, lobster clasp, jump rings, head pins, and ear wire. And I think that's about everything. But yes, it's everything that you need to get started right out of the box. So it's a very good deal because Curated Bead Box is only $20 a month and does include shipping. And if you use my code Jerry35, that's Jeri 35, you will receive an additional 35% off your first month's box. So that makes it an even better deal. So I do encourage you to check out Curated Bead Box and see if it's right for you. But yeah, so they always give you a finding starter kit in gold or silver. So that's always included. And then always you do get several strands of beads that's curated to a different theme every month. And then usually they include pendants, a glass bead mix, charms, finding. So, I mean, it's a really good deal, especially if you're just getting started into beading because you have everything that you need, I mean, aside from your tools. So go ahead and check out curatedbeadbox.com and see if it is right for you. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get everything cleaned up. So stay tuned and we are going to design a project. Okay? Okay, beaders, so we are going to make a necklace with the Curated Bead Box for this month, March 2026. And I did play around in my head, like with some different ideas of what I wanted to make and how I wanted it to look. And started designing something. So I'm going to show you what I started and we're going to go ahead and finish. And I'll explain, exactly how I went about doing what I did. And then we'll go from there and finish it up. Okay. Okay, so this is the necklace design that I started. So we have our pendant attached to some chain, see on the sides here. So I attached the chain to the flower with jump rings. And then of course, made a little dangle here. And then attached my chain to my wire here. And this is the choker memory wire, and this one came from Curated Bead Box. Okay, so this is the Curated Bead Box that I got the memory wire choker out of. So just for your reference, so if you have this Curated Bead Box, and then see, I still do have a good bit of the memory wire choker, and I also created a memory wire choker in my original video when I did the unboxing for this Winter Vineyard collection. So they give you a whole lot of that memory wire choker. So anyway, I figured I would go ahead and utilize that. So this is what I created so far. So my beaded portion, of course, is not in any particular pattern, just the way that I like it, just random, just kind of, sporadic, which, I mean, to me, that's my pattern there. And I did use, the only thing that I did not use that wasn't from the Curated Bead Box, well, of course, the chain. And then these little spacer beads. So, like these here, I used these. And this whole pack came from Amazon. But yeah, so I took some of the little spacers out of here just because this collection, I mean, I really like the colors and the beads and all that, but it's just, everything is just kind of round. I mean, there's nothing small. Usually they have the glass bead mix, that's smaller. It's just some seed beads and, different mixture of smaller glass beads. So since there was really nothing like that in here, I wanted something, to kind of break up the roundness of it, I suppose you could say. But, I mean, aside from having these in there, which I did use some of those in here as well, But yeah, so I just wanted to add a little bit of different texture and break up the roundness, like I said. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and finish this, but I also do have another thought of something that I want to do with this. Let's go ahead and put a couple more beads on the memory wire. And then to cut the memory wire, you just want to, let me show you. Okay, so you have your memory wire. See where it starts. Okay, so it starts here. Now, since this is a choker, obviously, you know, it's going to fit around your neck. So you want to overlap your memory wire. So this ends here. So then you want to go slightly over this way. So then when you cut it, see, it's going to overlap. So you're going to have this one ending here and then this one ending here, because then you want to loop it. So that way, when you loop it, then potentially they're, you know, going to be pretty much meeting up with each other. So that will be one full wrap. I'm not going to cut this right now. So yeah, I just wanted to show you. And it is best to use memory wire cutters, which I do have, because it's a lot easier than using flush cutters. And then this memory wire, they say, is stronger and can damage your flush cutters. So memory wire cutters is always best when cutting any kind of memory wire. I cut my chain at 5.5 inches. So each piece is cut at 5.5 inches. And then I put my jump ring, I counted 17 links or 16 links and put my jump ring on the 17th link. So then it's even on both sides. And then of course I left these little chain dangles here, which, you know, we're probably going to add some dangles to these, this piece of chain on each side. Okay, I'm going to add some spacers. Add this one, and I'm going to add this one. And then, you know, hold it up and look at it, make sure that it looks right to you. Yeah, I think it's cute. When I put it on my necklace mannequin, it looks really good. I mean, the way that the pendant lays, I think it's cute. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and form my loops at both ends. So this is all the beading that I'm going to do for right now. So what I'm going to do is cut my memory wire. I do want to leave a little bit of space to be able to form my loops. So I'm going to cut it down, leaving about 1 inch. So I'm cutting all this off here. Oh, we do need memory wire cutters. Let me go ahead and get those up. And these are memory wire cutters. And I did purchase these from Amazon. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Like I said, leaving about 1 inch. See how easy that cut? Okay, now I'm going to cut this side down a little bit. So we have this. So see? All right, now I'm going to take a bead stopper. Here. Okay, I'm going to take a bead stopper and place it on one end. Make sure it's nice and secure. Actually, we can push this down a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to form a loop. Actually, we don't even need that much. And I'm going to take my round nose pliers to the bigger section of the pliers. So where our loop is going to be a little bit bigger. And I'm going to hold the wire with my thumb so I can push that down like that as I coil. And then you could straighten this loop out. Okay. So we have this loop, and I'm going to go ahead and do that to the other side. And I'm going to cut a little bit of this down. And we could cut a little bit more. See, these pliers work very well with memory wire. Okay, so this is what we are left with. All right, I think that looks cute so far. But we're not done yet. I mean, obviously, we're not just going to have a half of a necklace here. Okay, and now I'm going to take these bigger rings, which they are jump rings. They will open. And I got these from Hobby Lobby, and it was a pack of, I believe it was 3 different sizes. I've had them for a little while, but I like them because they have a little, little decorative little design on them, just to give them a little bit of a detail to them. So I thought they were pretty. Okay, so we're going to find where this opens here, because I'm not sure exactly where. Here we go, I think. Okay, so we're going to just open that up slightly. We don't want to bend it too much. And then I'm going to attach that to my loop at the end here, and then close that. Make sure it is closed. And what do you do? That's my cat. He's over there being rambunctious, but he always is. Next time, I'm going to show you guys my cats. I know you've seen them before. 2 black cats. 2 brat cats, for sure. Always doing something. Let me fix this loop here a little bit. But if you have cats, that's what they do. Okay, I'm going to stick this one on here as well. And make sure it is closed. We don't want this to come open. That's what my plan is. Let me show you. Okay, now I bought this Sari silk. See these beautiful colors. Oh, this one is really pretty. I really like that one. But I don't see anything here like really purplish. I wanted something purple. We have purple with gold, but we're using silver metal. This is really pretty. This green is really pretty with a little bit of gold. And this pink is nice. And then we have some more palish colors here. This is pretty too. But I bought this from Amazon. So, I mean, it's a whole, this is what it is. Darn Good Yarn. That was the name of the company. Darn Good Yarn. Tibetan Jewels. Okay, I will link that in my description box as well, because we're going to use some of this. And I think, should we use this one? I think this might be pretty. Yeah, I'm going to use this color. I really like it. That color speaks to me. And we don't have a lot of beads of that color, so that will really stand out. But it does bring out, see, these blues here, because it does have the swirls of a jade and you know, turquoise, a lighter green. So yeah, this actually looks really pretty with that. So I'm going to use this silk, but I don't want a very long piece. I don't want our necklace to be too long. And I know I don't want to waste any, so okay. So here is my piece. Let me see. Well, sticking to my nails. Okay, well that's fine, that worked. And I actually like this little shabby piece just kind of sitting there like that. Yeah, okay, so I just basically just tied it. I'm not going to tie this one yet. So if you just stick your silk or material through the ring, and then, you know, just cross it over and, you know, make a loop and pull it through like that, and then pull it tight. So that's all I did. I'm not going to tie this one, like I said. I'm going to leave that for now. Okay, so here's what I have. So I have my silk tied to this large ring, and I did add an extra jump ring. So I added a jump ring on each side, and that's to make the ring lay right. Okay, so I just attached that to the loops that we formed at the end of our memory wire. Okay, and then I tied my silk to this large ring here. We have this kind of a clasp. We can use that. Okay, let me attach this to a jump ring. And we're going to need a large jump ring for this because the fabric is going to have to fit through the jump ring. And this is how you open and close a jump ring. You just want to go up and down and then put it flush with the other side when you close it. And then you never want to go out like that. You just want to go up and down, okay? All right, now let me go ahead and feed my ribbon, if it will go. I don't know if that's going to go through my jump ring. It will. Okay, it will. All right, now when I put this around my neck, I want it pretty small because I want it to almost look like a choker. All right, and then we could take this ring and attach it to our ring here. So that's going to be our clasp. Yes, that looks cute. Okay, now let me put this around my neck first and see how I like it. Make sure that it's the right size. I don't want to tie it down and then it not fit right. So I tried it around my neck, and obviously it's not going to be this small. So let me move this. Okay. So where I have my finger here, that's where we're going to tie it. So it's going to go back around the neck. So see, it's doubled. And then the jump ring is in the middle of it. And then we're going to take the thread back around. And then this is where I'm going to tie it. So I'm going to take this back through my loop. So see, it's not very long. Like I said, it's like a choker. And I'm going to go ahead and form a knot right here. So that's with just this piece of yarn, just the one that's going back around the neck. So this is what we have now. Okay, that is cute. All right. Yes. All right. I know I need to clean up these beads and such so you can really see this. But that is really cute. I really like that. All right, and I'm going to try it on my neck now that it's tied down. So I'm just going to open my clasp. And I will insert a picture at the very end of it or on my neck so you can see exactly how the necklace looks and how it lays on my neck, how long it is, you know, stuff like that. So now we take our clasp and attach it to our ring. Now our necklace is closed. You guys, I mean, how stinking cute is this? Okay, and now I don't know if I want to add more dangles down here. Okay, I think I'm going to leave that like this. So we're just going to have the one little dangle in the middle, but I'm going to add, I think, some dangles to my chain here. I mean, you guys know, by now, you should know, I like dangles. So, okay, so I'm going to take my head pin, and a head pin is the one that is flat at the bottom. And I'm going to take just whichever beads I feel, you know, no particular bead. But you do want to make sure that it's going to stay on the head pin, because if the hole is too big, then it's going to go straight through. So then you'll have to put a smaller bead first, a bead with a smaller hole, and then put your bead with the larger hole. Let me show you. Okay, well, let's use that. This might have a big hole. Yeah, this has a big hole. We need like some seed beads. Here's a seed bead. Okay, so I'm going to take my seed bead first, since it has a smaller hole. Make sure it stays. Okay, so take it down to the end, and it's going to stay. So then I'm going to use a bead with a larger hole, just to show you. See how big that hole is? So if we didn't have this seed bead here and we put the bead on, see, it's going to go right through. Okay, so we're going to put the seed bead first, and that's going to act as a stopper for our other bead with the big hole. And then I'm going to put that on. So we have that. So a nice little charm. And I'm going to take my round nose pliers, and you want to position it a little bit above the bead, because that little space there is where the wire is going to go as we wrap it. Okay, and then I'm going to bend this down, and then I'm going to take this wire and bend it back over this top loop like that. And then I'm going to take out my round nose pliers and reposition on the bottom ring here, so that is going to go where we're forming the loop. So like that. And then I'm going to take the wire and bend it back around like that. And we're going to wire wrap on the chain. So we do want to have a little bit of space. So don't close it off. So see how it's just kind of like that. And just pick a spot and stick your wire through the chain, and then make sure it goes down. The chain is going to go down inside that groove, so it'll be inside that loop that we're forming. See, like that. And then I'm going to take my flat nose pliers and then bend that back down in place, and then hold it there. So have your bent nose pliers held right there on the loop that we're forming, and then straighten it out, and then take your wire and then wrap it around like that. See, so now we formed a loop, so we don't need a jump ring. It's attached to the chain. And I'm going to take my flush cutters and cut this down. And then smash that little piece down. Make sure there are no sharp edges. Okay. See, so we have a little dangle here, and I'm going to add just a couple more on my little excess chain here. You see, it's kind of tricky because it's hard to see. There we go. So see, now that's inside that loop. And then smash this down. And then I'm going to hold that with my pliers and then wrap this around. Now, you guys know me, I'm not making a neat wrap. I'm just wrapping it a boho shabby kind of a way. That's the way I like to do it. So I don't count my wraps, I don't make it neat. And smash anything sharp down. Okay, let me hold this up so I can look at it. And I'm going to do just one more at the bottom. So the very bottom of this chain, and then that should be good. Okay, let's take, and we'll take the blue one. This is very cute and colorful. I'm going to add a couple of dangles to this side, and I will be right back, and I will show you the finished look. Okay, you guys, well, I went ahead and put 3 little dangles on this side of the chain, and then just 2 on this side. You guys know I like a good, asymmetry. And of course, we do have this part here, so, that's asymmetrical too. I mean, I really, really like how this turned out. I mean, it's not exactly how I had planned. Like I said, I did, had a couple of different things going on in my head and then tried some different things. But I'm really happy with this. And I really did want to incorporate my Sari silk. So I'm glad that I got to do that. But yeah, so I really like it. And you guys let me know what you think. And let me know what was your favorite item from the Curated Bead Box, Wild Orchid. I love the beads. I mean, the color palette is just very, very pretty. So yeah, and I am going to leave this little piece dangling here. I just really like that. I think that's cute and adds a little bit more sassiness to it. So yeah, I really like it. Well, you guys, let me know what you think. And please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. And remember to stay tuned because I am going to show you a picture of how this necklace looks. Okay, well, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.